For 2 decades she had lain in silence, yet the city still pulsed with her rhythm. 332 chanted and clapped like a nursery rhyme. Then one day, a housekeeper's son stepped into her room with nothing but a toy drum, and the unthinkable happened. If you thought hope had vanished, wait until you witness how a child's hands awakened her. Before we begin, drop a comment. What time is it where you are and where are you watching from? Let's begin. 20 years earlier, Lydia Cole was a household name every parent in the city knew. Not because she had wealth, though her marriage to billionaire Adrian Cole once made headlines, but because she created a rhythm so simple it stole children's hearts. 3 beats, 3 beats, 2 beats, the 332. She toured classrooms and playgrounds, drums slung at her side, showing kids how to clap, tap, or pound it out. Teachers swore it kept restless minds focused. Parents said it soothed little ones to sleep. But Lydia never cared for celebrity. Her heart was in the joy it sparked, and children adored her for it. Then disaster struck. A storm, slick roads, headlights flashing, brakes screaming. The morning papers screamed louder. Lydia Cole, drum queen of children, fights for life. She never woke again. Afterward, her 332 spread faster than ever. A rhythm of mourning turned into legacy. Parents passed it down. Playgrounds echoed with it. It became ritual. Lydia's beat. And 20 years later, the woman herself lay motionless in the private hospital Adrian had built around her. Her golden hair now streaked with grey, lashes resting against pale cheeks, oxygen tubing fixed beneath her nose. Machines ticked out time with merciless rhythm. Adrian had long stopped inviting visitors. Hope had been costly, and he had already paid too much. But her rhythm still lived in memory. "Micah!" Zuri hissed, tugging her son's hand as she changed sheets in another ward. "Stay in the lounge. Don't wander." "I won't," he murmured, though he lied easily. 5-year-old Micah never went anywhere without his small blue drum, red strap across his chest, sticks always tapping when nerves crept in. His mother scolded him for it, but he never quit. She had taught him the 332 herself, insisting all children should know it. She told him the story of the woman who made it famous, the lady who gave the city a song before falling silent. Micah believed rhythms could speak. That afternoon, while Zuri scrubbed a basin, Micah slipped away. Down the corridor, through the forbidden door. And there she was, the woman from the tale, lying still and fragile. The monitor at her bedside beeped without care. "Miss Lydia," Micah whispered. No reply. He climbed onto the step beside her bed, drum resting on his knees. From the doorway, a doctor froze, clipboard in hand, eyes wide. "Hey, you can't be here." Micah ignored him. He lifted the sticks. 332, a soft, steady rhythm. "Stop that noise!" the doctor barked, rushing in. "She's in a coma, boy. Don't bang toys in here." But Micah leaned closer, tapping again. "If you hear me, Miss Lydia, blink when I play the last two." The doctor halted mid-step, his fury colliding with shock. "What did you just say?" he whispered. "Blink," Micah said again, firm as stone. 332. For the first time in 2 decades, Lydia's lashes fluttered. The doctor's clipboard crashed to the tile. No, that's just a reflex," he sputtered, panic spilling into his voice. "Coincidence? It has to be." But Micah didn't pause. His hands stayed steady, the rhythm repeating. Lips moved with the count. 3, 2. "Blink again if you hear me." And she did, once, twice, perfectly on beat. The doctor staggered back, pressing his palms to his head. "My God!" At that instant, Zuri burst in, towel clenched in her hand. "Micah! I told you!" Her eyes darted from her son to the pale woman in the bed, then to the doctor's stricken face. "What is happening?" He's getting a response," the doctor stammered. This isn't possible." Zuri's grip tightened on her son's shoulder. "Micah, what did you do?" He pointed at the woman. "She's the one who taught everybody. You told me." "I just played her song." The doctor whirled toward Zuri, eyes blazing. "Do you understand what this means? For 20 years she's given nothing. No movement, no sign. And your boy just lit up her brain." From the hallway, the sound of heavy steps pounded closer. Adrian Cole, immaculate in a dark suit, stormed into the room with the fury of a man drowning in grief too long. "What is all this noise?" he barked. His gaze locked on the child at the bedside, tiny drumsticks clutched tight. "Who let him in here?" "Sir," the doctor began, but Adrian cut him off with a slash of his hand. "Get that boy out now." "No!" Micah shouted, startling them all. "She's listening!" Adrian's jaw clenched, his body lunging forward to rip the boy away himself. But then Lydia's hand twitched. Just once, perfectly in time with the drum. Adrian froze mid-step, breath catching in his chest. He turned slowly, staring at the still face of his wife, at the rhythm he had buried alongside hope. Micah lifted his sticks again, eyes locked on Adrian's disbelieving stare. "You don't believe? Then watch. 3, 3, 2. On the final 2 strikes, Lydia blinked. Not random, not reflex, deliberate. The room plunged into silence, broken only by the monitor's hollow beeps. Adrian stumbled back, knees striking the rail of the bed. For the first time in 20 years, he breathed her name. "Lydia," his voice fractured. "Dear God," she whispered back. The doctor, rattled but regaining himself, spoke quickly. "Mr. Cole, I need to run a neuro check immediately. We must confirm this is consistent." Adrian's gaze never wavered from Lydia's face. "Do it. Do everything." Micah clutched the drum against his chest, glaring at the grown-ups. "She knows this song." "Don't stop me." "Enough," Zuri hissed, yanking at his arm. "You don't speak like that to—" But Adrian raised his hand. His tone, quiet but commanding, silenced her. "Let him. If my wife responded to him, I want to see it again." The doctor bent close to Lydia. "Lydia, if you can hear me, blink twice." Silence. The machines droned steady and cruel. Adrian's shoulders slumped, grief pressing him down again. It was just reflex. "No," Micah said firmly, gripping his sticks. He struck the beat. 3, 3, 2. "Miss Lydia, it's your song. Blink on the last 2. Her lashes fluttered once, twice, perfect timing. The doctor gasped, clutching his stethoscope like it might hold proof. This is purposeful. It can't be random." He spun toward Adrian. "She's minimally conscious. We must document this. Do you realize what this means?" After 20 years, Adrian collapsed into the chair, hands over his face, voice breaking. "It means she's still here. I thought I'd lost her. But she's still here." Micah looked up, chest heaving with effort. "She listened because I played her song. My mom taught me 332. She said it was Lydia's rhythm. Everybody knows it." Zuri's voice shook. "It's true. After her accident, the pattern became tradition. Every child learns it. Micah grew up with it. I never thought—" Tears cut her words short. "I never thought it could reach her." Adrian's eyes, raw and disbelieving, locked on Zuri. "Your son just gave me what billions in doctors and machines never could." The doctor shook his head in awe. "We'll need therapy, neurology, physio, speech. But this is historic. If the city learns Lydia responded to her own rhythm, it could change how we treat every patient like her." Adrian dropped to his knees before Micah, gripping the boy's shoulders. His voice trembled heavy with gratitude. "Micah, you gave my hollow nights, my empty mornings, my wasted years a chance to end. You woke her when no one else could." Micah blinked, suddenly shy. "I just wanted her to hear." Adrian hugged him tight, ignoring the toy drum wedged between them. "You did more than that. You gave me back my wife." The days after spread like fire. Word leaked, first among staff, then across the city. Goma patient responds after 20 years to her own rhythm. Headlines screamed. Parents wept. Children tapped on desks. Old clips of Lydia teaching the 332 flooded social feeds. Adrian, once a recluse, now stood before cameras with Zuri and Micah at his side. His voice was steady, though his eyes glistened. "My wife gave this rhythm to children long before she lost her voice. Today, a child gave her voice back. From this day, I'll fund every therapy that uses music, rhythm, and memory to bring patients home again." Reporters shouted, flashes blazed, but Adrian bent low and whispered to Micah alone. "You're her drummer now." In the ward, therapy began. Micah was invited daily. He tapped patiently, softly. Lydia's eyes tracked. Her fingers twitched. And one day, faint but certain, her lips parted. One word, beat. Adrian collapsed, sobbing against her hand. "I hear you, Lydia, I hear you." The doctor logged each second, but it was the simplest image that circled the world. A boy with a toy drum tapping the 332 while a woman, waking from 20 silent years, blinked in time. Zuri watched her son in awe. She had scrubbed floors to survive, but her child had touched the impossible. And Adrian Cole, a man hardened by grief, bent over his wife and promised, "You will finish your song, and I'll be here for every note." Playgrounds rang with the rhythm, louder than ever. But now, it wasn't just Lydia's legacy, it was her return. Do you believe music can reach where medicine fails? Share your thoughts below. And if you want to see the next step in Lydia's recovery, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss another story. Weeks turned into months, and the rhythm became routine. Every morning, Micah arrived with his little blue drum, tapping the 332 softly until Lydia's eyes tracked him across the room. Therapists documented progress. Her blinks became deliberate. Her hand began to curl around Adrian's fingers, her lips forming fragments of words. Each beat carried her further from silence. The hospital wing, once somber and forgotten, now buzzed with reporters, students, musicians, and doctors, all drawn by the miracle of rhythm. But not everyone saw hope. Critics called it chance, a fluke. Headlines debated science versus miracle. Adrian stood firm. "My wife responds to music because music is memory," he declared. "And memory is survival." Micah, too young to grasp politics, only cared that Miss Lydia blinked for him every day. Zuri watched nervously, afraid her son's life had been pulled into something too large. Yet when Lydia whispered his name for the first time, Micah, all doubts vanished. The boy who believed rhythms could talk had proven right. One evening, Adrian wheeled a piano into the therapy ward. She taught rhythm to children. "I'll give her melody," he said, fingers trembling on the keys. Micah drummed. Adrian played. And Lydia, with great effort, lifted her voice. Broken, halting, but unmistakable. 332. Adrian dropped his head onto the piano, sobbing openly as staff stood frozen. For the first time in 20 years, husband and wife made music together. The city erupted. Schools adopted Lydia's beat as a focus program for children with learning difficulties. Hospitals launched studies on rhythmic therapy for coma patients. And on playgrounds everywhere, the sound of tiny hands drumming 332 rang out like a collective heartbeat. Zuri, once a quiet worker, now stood on stage beside Adrian as he announced a foundation in Lydia's name. She looked out at the crowd, pride swelling as cameras flashed on her son, clutching the same blue drum. "This rhythm," Adrian said, voice breaking, "reminds us that where medicine ends, hope begins. My wife is coming back, one beat at a time." Later that night, in the quiet of the hospital room, Lydia's fingers traced against Adrian's hand. Her lips formed a single sentence, faint but sure. "Finish. My song." Adrian kissed her forehead, tears falling. "We will," he whispered. Together, the camera of the world may have moved on, but in that small ward, a boy still tapped a toy drum. A mother still watched in awe, and a woman once lost in silence slowly found her way home. Do you believe hope has its own rhythm? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to follow, because Lydia's song has only just begun.